Okay, so for the long-time viewers, you know that every single month we bring lots and lots of volumes on these bookshelves with our monthly manga hauls. A lot of people may also know that I have a full-time job, and it's definitely full-time, but I also watch seasonal anime and I spend time making videos, and you know, I play some video games in my spare time. So a lot of you may think, Jake, how much manga do you really read? And so today we're going to be tackling that question here on the channel. I'm going to go through all of these books in my bookshelves and tell you what I have read. I'm going to also maybe tell you a little bit about some of the series that I really enjoy or have read as we continue on by. So if you want to take a guess at what percentage of the manga and light novels I have read on my bookshelves, leave it down in the comments below and we'll see if you're right. It's also worth noting that I will not be counting any of these volumes sitting here on my desk. Those are all volumes for the May manga haul, and it would be kind of unfair because some of these like I literally just got yesterday. But without further ado, because I have over 1,300 volumes to go through, let's just get going. Gonna kind of start up here because it's on the top of this shelf. I've read about 11 volumes of Assassination Classroom or something along those lines, so not done yet, but I've watched the whole anime, so I've seen it all. We've also got Sweat and Soap up here. I've got both box sets, the complete series. Have not read those either yet. Summertime Rendering, I have, gosh, this is so hard to do in reverse. I have both box sets up here. Also have not read it, but I did watch the anime when it aired, so we're really losing right now. We're really taking the L. Here's another 30 volumes that I haven't read yet, but I've watched the anime. So, and then Attack on Titan. Well, guess what? I've watched the anime up to this point, but I haven't read it yet. Anyways, moving on. To move things real quick. In this first row up here, we've got 5 centimeters per second and Children Who Chase Loud Voices. Nope, haven't read it yet. 86 I have read, but I've only read one volume, but you guessed it, I'm up to date on the anime. After Hours, I've just read the first 2 volumes of these books. I haven't read the third one yet because I just more recently got it before I got like really busy. So it is on the plans to read that here soon. Angel Beats, this is Heaven's Door Angel Beats. This is like a prequel to the Angel Beats anime that aired, and it's in Japanese. So no, I haven't read it. Bleach, Can't Fear Your Own World, the 3 volumes. Haven't read those yet because I want to finish Bleach before I've done that. I've read like a majority of Bleach, but anyways, I really liked Boys Run the Ride. I thought it was a really good LGBTQ series, so if you're looking for a quick 4-volume series, like this is a good one to pick. Burn the Witch, this is like a different series by Tite Kubo that is in kind of the Bleach universe. I have read that one. Catch These Hands, I've read a portion of it. You may have heard me talk about it in the last video that we did. You can check that up in the iCard up top when I got the final volume. This is a complete series now. Crazy Food Truck, same boat as Catch These Hands, still a fun series. Cowboy Bebop, I've started it. It also bothers me that this 3rd volume, Tokyo Pop, is just way different, but I haven't read the other ones. I have seen the anime though. Darling in the Franxx. So this series, I've read the first 3 omnibus volumes, but I haven't read volume 4 yet. I'm not like thrilled to read it. I haven't really enjoyed it up to this point. I just, it's a little weird at times, and I think if you know, you know. Death Note short stories. No, I haven't read that yet, but I've seen Death Note. Moving on up here, I've got all 5 volumes of Erased. Have read all those. I've read all those. I finally read a whole series. It may be hard to tell, but even if this love disappears tonight, Yen Press actually sent me that for free. I have not read it though. It is going to be a slight review video as previously with the boxer. Scooch, please. I have all of Food Wars completed. East Coast Manga sent it to me. I bought it off him. No, I haven't read it yet. It starts up here and then bleeds into down here. I have all the Full Metal Alchemist Collector's Editions volumes, the Full Metal editions. I've seen the anime, but only the 03 anime, not Brotherhood. I have not read it yet. Next up, we have a complete series of Girls Last Tour. I've started reading this, but at the time that I caught up to date of what I owned, I didn't have the other volumes yet, so I've got some more to go. I promise this is going to get way better than what the numbers show. I Can't Believe I Slept With You. I've read 2 volumes of that. The 3rd one I will need to read here soon. I Had That Same Dream Again by your Kaoru Sumuno. I have read that one along with I Have a Secret, those two novels that she has written. I have not read Is Love the Answer, and for I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, I have watched the anime and read this manga volume, but not the novel. Josie, Tiger and the Fish, I watched the movie. Great movie, highly recommended. Very, very good movie. Have not read the manga yet though. I've got both Jujutsu Kaisen light novels here. Have not read those yet, but I have read the K-On! Complete Omnibus Edition. Love that. Also, in case you didn't know, I've seen the anime. We've got Look Back, one of Tatsuki Fujimoto's more famous one-shots. I have read that along with I think the first 2 or 3 volumes of Love Me for Who I Am. I really enjoyed Love Me for Who I Am, and I haven't finished it yet. Alongside Maid-sama up here, I have all the omnibus volumes of Maid-sama. I love Maid-sama, love the anime, thought it was so good. And I've read, I think, the first 2 or 3 omnibus volumes, but not done with it yet. And then Ruri Dragon here, I read this, but I read it online. I read it on the Shonen Jump Viz Media app. Have not read the physical volume though, because I don't know Japanese yet. Okay, moving on, let's go up here. I've looked through all these art books, so yes. Quintessential quintuplets, I've watched the anime and seen the movie, have not read the books. We've got Demon Slayer up here. Demon Slayer, I've read up to the anime before the Swordsmith Village arc started, so I think I've read like 10 or 11 volumes. I have also read some of these other kind of like side story Demon Slayers. I have not read the light novels, but I've read the one manga one. Okay, behind my favorite Otakoi volume, we've got some things here. The Mermaid Scales of the Town of Sand, have not read that yet, but have read Mizuno and Chayama, along with Super Sentai Himetsu Sentai Gorengor, or like the Japanese version Power Rangers, which I think was the originator of Power Rangers, if memory serves. I have not read either of the Tatsuki Fujimoto Before Chainsaw Man collection of one-shots or To Strip the Flesh, but I have read Tropic of the Sea and Weathering with You. Weathering with You, one of my favorite movies of all time, actually, especially Makoto Shinkai films. I have read all of Otakoi, and yes, I do also count the 3 or 4 different volumes of the final 6th volume that I have there in that count. And I also read the Your Name novel at one point, another wonderful movie. I have all the volumes that are out currently right now at the time of this recording of 86, but I've only read 2 of them. We also have A Condition Called Love. Volume 1's up here, but Volume 2 is down here. Have not read that yet, but it's on my list of shoujos to read soon. And I've read a scattered amount of Adachi and Shimamura. I love Adachi and Shimamura. It's so cute, it's so adorable. Here's also all 12 current volumes of Hot Trash Ari Ferretta. I've read the first one, but not the other 11. A Sign of Affection, I think I've only read like 3 or 4 of these up to this point. It's been a long time, because Volume 6 releases, I think, later in the month of May, but it's been so long, because I read it all at once. Banished from the Heroes Party, I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside. I've read 2 volumes, I think 2 or 3. 3, I'm gonna say 3, but I own all of them out right now. We've got all current 32 volumes of Black Clover. I have read some of them, not all of them though, because I recently just got like all the rest of the Black Clover that I needed. I think I went through like 11 volumes or something like that. Blue Box over here, I've read the first one, not the second or third, but I did enjoy the first volume. Blue Lock, I don't think I've read any of it, but I've watched the anime. Blue Period, I've read, I think, 8 or 9 volumes of Blue Period. I'm past the anime and 8 or 9 volumes in. I can't remember which. Then we've got The Boxer over here. I have read both volumes of The Boxer. I really like it. I actually put a video about it not too long ago if you want to check it out. Candy and Cigarettes. I've read the first volume, not the other ones though. Call of the Night, I've read every single one. I read it like immediately after I get a new volume. Case Study of Vanitas, one of my top 5 like most beautiful manga I've ever read. I've only read like the first 3 volumes because I just recently, or well, recently as in this is the last volume that I got to get up to date on the 8 volumes out so far. Volume 4 was my nemesis, so I've only read 3 of them. But I've watched the anime, and the anime is farther than volume 8. All right, coming down here, Chainsaw Man. I love Chainsaw Man. I've read Chainsaw Man, and I might read it again. Chojin X I have not read yet, but I'm getting there. Classroom of the Elite, I have all the volumes of Classroom of the Elite. I think I've read 2 of the novels so far. 2 or 3. Colorless over here, I have all 3 volumes of Colorless, and I've read the first 2, I think. Ugh. We're literally gonna have to get on the ground for this. Oh, the things I do for YouTube. What do we got behind door number 3? Crossplay Love Punkin' Otaku. I read the first volume, it was really cute. Don't know if I want to read more. Don, read the first volume, gotta read the other ones, because Don's really funny. Date Alive, another hot trash harem anime. I think I've read 3 or 4. I think it's 3, but I'm well into the anime. Like, season 4 is way past. Just gotta wait for the novels to catch up. Detective Is Already Dead. I think I've read 3 volumes of this. I am past season 1 of the anime. That's what's currently out right now. I really like Detective Is Already Dead. It gets a little confusing, but like sometimes I just turn my brain off. Nagatoro, at this time, I think I've read 11 Nagatoro volumes. I think I just read volume 11 the other night, the orange one, whatever that one is. I can't read backwards. I love Nagatoro. The Duke of Death and His Maid and the Executioner and Her Way of Life. Both are very, very different series. One's a rom-com, one's a Yuri action adventure kind of thing. Have not read either of them so far. But to nobody's surprise, I've watched the anime. All right, keep it on. Fire Force. This is a little bit tricky because I read the single volumes, was so far behind in the single volumes in terms of buying that decided to sell the single volumes and then get the omnibus volume. So I've read 4 single volumes, which is like 1 of the omnibus and like 1 volume of the second omnibus. So we're really just like 1 so far, but I've watched the anime. Frieren Beyond Journey's End. I've read all these volumes. I love Frieren Beyond Journey's End like a ton. Futari Escape. I've read both of those volumes, but none of Go-Go Loser Ranger, none of the 4 as of yet, but I will read it shortly. Hige Hero, I just got all these volumes like less than 2 weeks ago. I have not read them yet, but I love the anime. The light novels, though, I can't say the same in terms of when I got them. I got them a long time ago, but I haven't read them yet. Hirano and Kagura, both the novel and manga volumes, I have them all, but I haven't read them yet. Honey Lemon Soda, I'm actually reading that tonight. So by the time this video goes up, I'll have read it. I can't tell you about it right now though. Horimiya, I think I've read only 11 of the volumes, or maybe 10, because one of the volumes, which I think was volume 11, escaped me for a really long time, and now I'm ready to just whiz right through past volume 16 when it releases later this month. Insomniacs After School, really like this first volume, have read that, but not have read any of the Irina Vampire Cosmonaut volumes that I have, all 4 of them. I Want to Be a Wall, I read volume 1, and I like really debated about volume 2. I'm like, I don't know, it just didn't hit me. Jujutsu Kaisen, so I'm in the same position with that as I am Demon Slayer, where like I don't want to get ahead of the anime, so I've read 0 through 9, I think. So like 9 or 10 volumes. Kaguya-sama Love is War. Absolutely love this. Arguably one of my favorite rom-coms. Have not read it yet, but watch the anime. Kaiju number 8 up here. I've read all of these volumes, but I read them online like a year ago, so I haven't read them physically. So like, is it the same thing for this instance? Yes, because I am so vastly far behind. Killing Stalking. I read volume 1, haven't read volume 2. Don't know when I'm gonna read volume 2. Probably when I feel really, really scared and sad, or maybe when I'm happy, so then the scariness and the sadness hits harder. I have all 24 volumes so far of Komi Can't Communicate. Have read every single one of them. I love them. Move it to Dono. K-On! Shuffle. Have not read that yet. Just got it the other day. Haven't gotten to it. Kowloon Generic Romance. Got volume 1 and read it. Haven't read volume 2, and volume 3 is on the way, but it's not here yet, so that doesn't count. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. I think I read 2 volumes, 1 or 2 volumes, or I think it was just 2, but haven't read the other ones yet. Made in Abyss, I absolutely love the series. Own all 10 volumes that are currently out right now. The anime is astounding. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite horror pieces of media and anime, and I have not read the manga yet. March Comes In Like a Lion and Marmalade Boy. I know a lot of people are super hyped about those series. I have not read them yet. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. I have not finished the 12 volumes. I think I'm like 6, 5 or so, 2, 3, somewhere around there. I updated the scores, and I also haven't read the Chromatic edition because I'm not done yet. Mashle Magic and Muscles. I own all 11? Yeah. 11 volumes that are currently out right now for Mashle Magic and Muscles, and I was like really good at staying on top of Mashle like really early, and like read the first 6 volumes or something like that, but I've just stopped. I haven't even watched the anime yet. I've just been so busy. Mushoku Tensei, arguably my favorite isekai of all time as of right now, especially fantasy isekai. Have not read it at all yet, but I am so excited to get to soon because I finally got like volume 7. I think I was looking for this one for like 7 months at retail. My Dress Up Darling, I've read volumes 1 through 7, have not read 8. I literally in my manga haul video, you saw that it was still wrapped. It's unwrapped now, I promise. Oshi no Ko, if you haven't heard about this series yet, you're probably living under a rock. I think it's arguably the best new like series to release in 2023. Pandora 7 I haven't read yet, but I'm really excited to get into it. I think this is also could be a really cool series. Maybe not as good as Oshi no Ko, but still really good in its own aspect. Parasite, I've read both of the Parasite volumes. I really like Parasite. I think it's really, really good, and I really, really enjoy it. I didn't really know about it until like when this first collector's edition volume came out, and everybody was telling me like, oh, you like Jujutsu Kaisen, like you'll love Parasite. Oh gosh, you like Jujutsu Kaisen, you'll love Parasite. And so I was like, okay, and I love it. Peach Boy Riverside, I own all 10 of the volumes. I don't know how many I've read yet. I've read a lot of them, but not all of them, and the score's updated. The manga for Peach Boy Riverside, way better than the anime. Rent a Girlfriend, I have read all 18 volumes along with the side Rent a Really, Really Shy Girlfriend volumes. I love Rent a Girlfriend, hate myself. Romantic Killer, I read the first volume. I thought it was pretty all right. I mean, I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was spectacular, and you know, the conversation of like shoujo, shonen, like, I just want to read manga. Saibiku Bisco, have not read it yet, but did watch the anime. Oh my gosh. Sasaki and Miyano, I've read most of these volumes. I've seen the anime, but I've read most of these volumes for the most part. There's a couple I haven't though, because they're newer. See You Tomorrow at the Food Court. I've read that one shot. I think it's really, really good. Or is it a one shot? I don't know, because volume 2 got announced in Japan. Shy, this is another one of the series that I think is a contender for 2023 new series of the year, at least new series in the US. I love Shy. I read volume 1, absolutely loved it. Have not read volume 2 yet though, just been too busy. Solo Leveling, I think I've read 1 through 5, but not volume 6 yet. I really like Solo Leveling. It's definitely my favorite manhwa that I have. I don't have too much manhwa, but I love the like video game aspect. Soul Eater, I've read like 5 of the volumes or something like that. Like 5 of the 10 that are out. 10 just came out recently. I'm gonna have to get on the ground again. Spy Family. I've read all the Spy Family volumes that are out right now, 9 volumes, but I have not read them physically because I've been reading them online. I've been staying up to date online in the Viz Media app. So I love Spy. Oh God, I'm sorry, Denji. I love, 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 love Spy Family, like top 5 manga all time. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, seen the anime, even watched the movie the other week, have not read it yet. Tokyo Revengers, saw the first season, haven't watched the second season of the anime. I do like Tokyo Revengers. It is one that I want to get around to reading to here in a minute, but I haven't read it yet. Usotoki Rhetoric. This like really blew up on manga YouTube not too long ago because One Piece Books sent out volume 1 to a lot of different creators, not me though. And I haven't read it yet, but everybody raved about it, so like I'll read it eventually. Oh God, I haven't read My Hero Academia, but I think the premise is cool, and what is it, season 6? Looks dope. One Piece. I own all 102 volumes of One Piece, but by God, I haven't read it all yet. Now, Danmachi, on the other hand, it's not as big in terms of number of volumes. It doesn't have 100 plus volumes, but I have read 11 volumes of the novels because I wanted to be up to date before season 4 release. I have read 5 or 6 volumes of Sword Oratoria. I love Sword Oratoria. Great side story series. Have not read either of the Familia Chronicle volumes about Freya or Lou. And then the 13 manga volumes that are currently out right now. I've read some of them, not all of them, but the anime is way, way, way ahead of the manga. All right, now we're into the double rows. Vivi, I own all 3 volumes right now of Vivi. It's gonna be a 4 light novel volume series. Vivi made me cry, Vivi made me emotional. I love Vivi with all my heart and soul, but I haven't read it yet. World's Finest Assassin gets reincarnated into another world as an aristocrat, I think the volumes are called. I've read the first volume, not the other volume. Yakuza Fiance, I think I read both of those volumes actually. Kind of enjoy it, kind of scary. Yokohama something 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 deluxe edition. I saw a lot of people like Boogie Snacks like really rave about this series, and talking about the premise, I was like, oh, that seems like something I'd enjoy. And so I got volume 1, haven't read it yet. Volume 2 releases later this month, I think. The 100 Girlfriends That Really Love You, have read that. Fucking funny. It's stupid, but I think that's what I love about it. Agent, the first 3 volumes, I've read 2 of them, not the 3rd. I've been really slow on Agent. Alice in Borderland, read that volume, thought it was really good. I really liked the death game aspect of it. Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten Volume 1, have not read that yet, along with Ao Hero Ride and the Apothecary Diaries and Apple Black, have not read those. I've read Azumi-chan though, is interested in lesbian brothels. Stop judging me. A Tropical Fish Yearns for Snow, I have read that along with the first 4 volumes of Attack on Titan Before the Fall. That's the like precursor to the Attack on Titan series. Banana Fish, I have the first 3 volumes, haven't read that yet, or the Battle Angel Alita thing. Somebody bought that and I just haven't read it yet. Beastars, I have volume 1, 2, 3, and then like 14. I don't know why I got 14, but anyways, I've read some of the Beastars. I haven't read all of them, obviously. Bloom Into You and Blue Exorcist, I have not read yet. Blue Exorcist, I've heard people say like, oh, you would like Blue Exorcist, and I believe them. I just haven't read it yet. Chobits, I did read that. I thought it was pretty alright. I think I would have liked it more if I was 15 though. Coffee Moon, have not read but have heard good things about. Daily Report About My Witch Senpai and Dead Demons. What's that called? Dead Demons Destruction. Have not read either of those yet, any of these 3 over here. But Death Note, I've read the first 2 but not the 3rd. I've watched the anime though. I'm actually watching the anime a 2nd time around with my partner. Elusive Samurai, I think I read 3 volumes and I was like, this series is pretty mid. I was like, it's fine. It's from the creator of Assassination Classroom, so I'm holding on to it a little bit while longer. I need to read volume 4 though. Fairy Tail, I've read like 7 volumes of Fairy Tail so far, the 10 that I have. Like Fairy Tail. Faraway Palin, watched the anime. I thought the anime was like whatever. I mean, I don't know why I thought the novel would be better. I haven't read it yet though, so I can't judge it too much. Fire Punch, haven't read these 2 volumes yet, but they are from my favorite mangaka, Tatsuki Fujimoto, so yeah, I'll probably like it. Fly Me to the Moon, 1 through 5. I just recently got 4 and 5, so I haven't read those yet, but going into Fruits Baskets, I've read volumes 1 and 2, seen the entire 2019 version of the anime, have not read these other 3 though. Full Metal Panic, I think I've read the 1st edition and the 2nd one as well, the collector's edition volume. Man, there's like no light over here. But I haven't read any more yet. Get Backers over here, I have the first 2 volumes of Get Backers, haven't read that, or Geek X Hitman. The Girl from the Other Side, I read the 1st volume. The 1st volume was awesome. I loved like the gothic sense of the series and I really enjoyed it. Have not read the others though. Okay, The Girl with Senpaku Eyes, I just got that like the other day along with March Comes In Like a Lion, so I haven't read it yet. Goodnight Pun Pun, I also recently just got that, have not read that. Grand Blue Dreaming, that's an adventure to get because there's like 18 volumes out right now, but I probably should. I mean, I have One Piece. Gravitation, I have not read that yet. I don't know if I want to read it, might just sell it. The Great Jahi-sama Will Not Be Defeated. I read the 1st volume and I watched all the anime. I thought it was fine. I thought it was good. I thought it was fun. I don't think it was great and I haven't been rushed to get like the other volumes, but I have read that one. Haiku volumes 1 through 10. I've seen the anime up through season 2 and I've read a little bit of the Haiku volumes, but not most of them. Hell's Paradise anime is going on right now. I need to read more of the volumes because I haven't read that many. High School DxD, I read volume 1. It was absurd, it was whack, it was wild, and I loved it, so I will read volume 2. How Do We Relationship? I think I read all 3 of these volumes actually. I haven't gotten volume 4 yet. Hunter x Hunter, have not started, but I've owned the first 5 volumes. I Think Our Son Is Gay, have not read that volume, but I've heard plenty of good things about that series, so I'm excited to get into it. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, all of part 1. I think there's only 3 volumes in part 1. I think I've read 2 of the 3, potentially. The score has been updated though. Kageki Shoujo, Kimi ni Todoke, Ladies on Top, Land of the Lustrous. Have not read any of those yet, but you know, they're ready when I want to read them because they're all volume 1s. Have read Loner Life in Another World. I like this one. It was fun. I mean, it's your standard typical like isekai with like a video gamey aspect and like your cynical type of main character, but it was fun. I like it. Mages of the Library, haven't read that yet. Maid I recently hired as Mysterious. I love what Yen Press is doing with the coloring in this series, where like everything's in like your standard manga, like black and white type of stuff, but the characters' eyes and like some other different things like get color, and I really like that. I just don't like the main character's dynamic. I feel like it's weird. Maisani Koku, I have not read either of these 2 volumes, but plenty of people have told me to read this Rumiko Takahashi awesome series along with Mao. Have not read that yet, or Mermaid Saga. I like how Rumiko Takahashi is like all right here. A lot of M's. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, Elma's Office Diary, I think it's called. Have not read this yet. This was on sale for like $4 at a Barnes & Noble sale, so I copped it obviously as a Dragon Maid stan. Mobile Suit Gundam, The Origin, Volume 1. Have not read that yet. Excited to get into it though after watching The Witch from Mercury, both the first season and the current airing second season. Holy smokes, I might become a Gundam fan. Mob Psycho 100, I think I've read both of these volumes, maybe just one. Getting into it, I've just been focusing more on the anime. Mons Taboo, this was sent to me by Yen Press. I have not gotten to this yet, but it is on my list of next ones to read here shortly. Moriarty the Patriot, I got these a while ago, and I read the first one, I think. I haven't read the second one. My Little Monster, haven't read this shoujo series yet, or My Love Mix-Up, but have read My Love Story. I really liked My Love Story, especially volume 1. I thought the character dynamics were really funny and really just good and well done, especially when it comes to like tropes and making fun of shoujo trope. My Senpai's Annoying, got all 3 of these. My Summer Review, have not read yet. Snafu, have not read Snafu yet, but very excited because I watch the anime. I had to relook at what this was. Neko Monogatari, haven't read it yet, but I've heard many good things. Neon Genesis Evangelion, I can't tell you what it's about because I don't know. But anyways, I haven't read it yet. Nichijou, I've read all the volumes that I have. I think I have 4, yeah, just 4. I've read them all. They're all really funny and really good. I've been debating like whether I want to just buy the 10th anniversary box set and then just keep going. But now that the next volume, I think volume 11 is announced and coming soon, I might just buy the single volumes. Okay, over here in the Dark Dungeon, we have Noragami. I've read the first volume of Noragami, but not the first omnibus volume of Noragami, so I've really only read like a third of Origami. Noragami, not origami. One Punch Man, first 4 volumes, have not read them yet, but watched the first season of the anime, so I'll be reading those soon because I'm also getting like volumes 5 through 10 here shortly because of the Books A Million sale. Orichi, volume 1, haven't read it yet. I thought the spine and the cover looked really good and interesting, and that's kind of what soaked me in. Our Teachers Are Dating, have not, no, I wish I hadn't read it. I don't like it. It's too lovey-dovey. It's too in my face. It just... Overlord, we got 3 volumes here. I've read 2 of them, pretty sure. Pet Shop of Horrors, haven't really read yet. Probably, I don't know if I'll read it. Maybe I'll read volume 1. But that's probably it because the other ones are 6, 7, and 9. It's not an easy series to get. A Perfect World, have not read that yet, but Pokemon Adventures, I have read Pokemon Adventures. I like Pokemon Adventures. Not all my Pokemon Adventures I've read because I've got some that are a little bit out of order, but at least these first couple volumes I have read. Phantom Tales of the Night, I've read volume 1, not volume 2 yet, but I think it's really pretty and I'm excited to get more into it. Princess Jellyfish, I have not read yet, but I've read Prison School. Stop it. I know what you're thinking. The Promised Neverland. I have not read this yet, but I will here in like a couple days have all 20 volumes, so I'm looking to do a read. Rascal Does Not Dream Of. I have 5 of the volumes right now, the light novel volumes. Have not read any of them, but I'm so excited for the new trailer that dropped for Sister Venturing Out, I think is what it is. The vending machine one, whatever this is, I can't remember the title. I'm so excited for this. I haven't read it yet though. And Reincarnated as a Sword, I'm really excited for that. I have not watched the anime, but I've heard really, really good things and I've wanted to try it, but I've finally found volume 1. Anyways, now we got to go out to the hallway to the other bookshelf. Ah, truly incredible that there's a light right here on this bookshelf. Bleach, I have read 2 and a portion of these boxes. I need to make a video on part 2 of Bleach. It'll be a 3-part series for me. I made a review video a while ago, as you can see in the iCard up top, and it got really good reception. So I was like, I need to keep going on it. I have technically read the 20th anniversary volume 1 because I've read volume 1 of the original, so that counts. Yeah, I'm gonna cheat. Okay, moving on, sitting on the floor the whole time for this one, we've got Restaurant to Another World. Have not read that yet, but I've watched the anime. The anime is really, really cool. I read only the first volume of ReZero. I have the first, is that 7, I think, volumes of ReZero. I loved this first volume of ReZero. It was so good. Tensura Slime, I've read some of Slime, not all of Slime, because I've seen the anime and honestly I want to prioritize the novels. Thus Spoke Rohan Kishibe. This is a side story of one of the characters in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I think part 6, one of those, I don't know, one of those ones. Somebody let me know. Ruby, haven't read that yet. Saint Young Men, haven't read that yet. Sakamoto Days, read some of the volumes. I think it's mid. I don't think I'm going to read it anymore. Seaside Stranger, haven't read that yet, but very exciting. Skip Beat, I saw a used bookstore that has a lot of Skip Beat, and I might buy it. Shikamori is Not Just a Cutie. I don't think I've read any of this yet, but I watched the anime, and the anime was really, really good. I like it, so I will read soon. The Sorcerer King of Destruction and the Golem of the Barbarian Queen. I have no idea what this is, so no. Spy Classroom, have not read yet, or Spice and Wolf, have not read that, but I've heard good things about both of those series. Star Trek, nope. Studio Apartment, Good Lighting, Angel Included, have read that. It's really, really cute. Go catch it. Only 2 volumes are out. Syrup, the first 2 volumes, I think I've only read volume 1. I might have read volume 2, unsure. Teasing Master Tagaki-san, I've not read any of these, but I'm caught up in the anime except for the movie, which I don't even think is out in the US. I have like the first 15 volumes of Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, and I have not read it all yet, but I've read like the first 4 volumes, the first 4 including volume 0, because I just like literally last week finally got volume 4, so I can keep reading it again. Beautiful series, recommend it. Tokyo Aliens and Touring After the Apocalypse, have not read those yet, but I've heard some good things about Tokyo Aliens actually from, what is it, Purple Frog? I can't remember who, so I'm excited to get into those eventually. To Your Eternity, I love that series, but I'm an anime only as of right now. Actually, wait, no, have I read the volumes? I don't know. Uncle from Another World? I've watched the anime. It is so funny and it is so good. I highly recommend it. I'm excited to read this first one. Have not read it yet in case you were curious. Urusei Yatsura, I have the first 3 volumes. Have not read any of them yet. Just started the anime. Haven't finished the first season. I got paused because I got really busy. Vinland Saga. I've read I think the first 3 volumes of Vinland Saga. These were sent to me by a really, really good friend, Trey Noai, and I'm so happy and thankful to Trey. I have the first 6, I know how to read, 6 volumes of Vinland Saga. I'm very excited for Vinland Saga. Have not read any of these other ones, which is Walk Walk, Wild Ones, or Witch Hat Atelier. I've heard good things about Wild Ones and Witch Hat Atelier, but Walk Walk, I have no idea what it is. I think Walk Walk is only like 4 volumes total. Okay, back to the floor. Okay, last couple things here. Here's some of the other scattered Pokemon that I have. Haven't read those. The Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting. I have 3 volumes right here in this wonderful, wonderful postcard that Caden Books sent me. Have not read these yet. I have read Your Forma though, the first volume. I thought it was pretty all right. I thought the premise was intriguing and I'm interested to read more. Have not read this other one, which is Yuri Monogatari. Not the original Monogatari series, but I think older than Monogatari. And then A Silent Voice, the box set. Have not read that yet, but watched the movie, cried like a baby. Absolutely love that movie. Oh my god, I'm so tired. So, as a lot of you probably alluded to with our Twitter and YouTube polls, I have a little bit of reading to do, which is why I've also started creating videos on the Brew Review, a brand new series where I'm going to be highlighting books, talking about how I feel about them, X, Y, and Z. So, if you want to journey along with me in reading these books or just see what comes across in my collections, make sure to hit like, comment, and subscribe on this video. We're so close to 2,000 subscribers at the time of this recording. And so it'd be a big help if you joined us, Eclipse 2,000. I have more subscribers than books that I own. As a manga collector, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't really know. But I do know something good. There are a couple videos over there that I think you're going to enjoy, so you might as well just go click on them. Let me know how they are, and I'll see you in the next video. Let me know what you're reading.